sense of control and not being, sort of pushed about by your, momentary anxious thoughts. So, now, let's talk about Tai Chi and its relationship to pain relief. So, if you know what Tai Chi is, it is a type of martial art uh, which uses energy or chi, directing it and increasing its flow through the body. And some research has shown here that practicing Tai Chi can be as effective as performing conventional neck exercises to relieve long-standing neck pain. Uh, and it comes from a randomly controlled trial that compared pain reduction in people who performed Tai Chi for 12 weeks with a group who did conventional neck exercises and members of a control group that got no treatment whatsoever. And the researchers recruited 114 people over the age of 18 who had chronic neck pain that they'd had for at least 3 months. Uh, Participants were the average age of 49 years of age. The Tai Chi and neck exercise groups took part in weekly sessions that lasted 75 or 90 minutes, and at the end of the 12 weeks, 37% of the participants who practiced Tai Chi reported that their pain had lessened by 50%, compared to 50% among 46% of those who performed the conventional neck exercises. The research team, led by Harvard medical professor Peter M. Wayne, concluded that Tai Chi provides moderate benefit for people with chronic, non-specific neck pain and can be a suitable alternative to conventional neck exercises. Tai Chi seems to be a reliable and effective form of mental and physical stimulation and beneficial for overall health. A 2010 study apparently also suggested that it can be helpful for the relief of the pain of fibromyalgia. So if you're a sufferer of fibromyalgia, Tai Chi can also be very helpful. And okay, so there's Tai Chi. Now, let's talk about the things that we eat and how they might have benefits for us other than just filling our bellies and keeping us nutritionally sound. Certain types of foods that you eat can help you prevent certain types of diseases. They can help you keep inflammation down, and inflammation is a big cause of everything from arthritic conditions to all kinds of health conditions. So if you can eat particular types of foods that are rich in omega-3s, that's fish in particular has a lot of omega-3s. That's a huge way to help minimize your risk of Alzheimer's disease. And antioxidants. So what are antioxidants? Well, vitamin C is a large antioxidant. But antioxidants are contained in green leafy vegetables. Those are very very sort of chock full of antioxidants. Antioxidants kind of clear out oxidization in your body. So now, if you're not a big fish eater, you can certainly supplement omega-3s. There are a lot of omega-3 supplements, and you can talk to your doctor or do some research online about how much you might want to take, depending on what kind of condition that you have. But omega-3s are typically something that we don't get enough of in our diets, and so a lot of times you'll notice if you go to the vitamin stores, you'll see a lot of omega-3 supplements that people are buying. But let's take a look at some of the safe sources of omega-3s if you're not into fish. You can take the supplements, of course. But also, if you take the antioxidants, you can also buy flax seeds. Flaxseed oil is very helpful. They have eggs in the supermarket that have omega-3s in them, so you could do that as well. You can use your flax seeds and put them in salads or grind them up in a blender and sprinkle them on your food. Another food that contains omega-3s are walnuts. Walnuts have omega-3, so if you enjoy walnuts, you can put them on your salad or something, or cook them in your meals. And or there is, and it might be a bit expensive, but I understand that there's walnut oil on the market that you can get and sort of put on your salad like you would olive oil or any of the other oils that we use. I mentioned the eggs, of course, and then there is also a green vegetable called purslane, which may not be readily accessible in your supermarket, but you can ask for it. Purslane is a wild green with fleshy leaves, and it's served by in other parts of the world as a vegetable, particularly in the Mediterranean. Greeks add it to soups, and there seems to be some connection to heart healthiness, especially as relates to the Mediterranean diet, which you may have heard is thought to have strong elements of heart healthfulness. So those are some other ways you could get omega-3s that will help you in a lot of ways, not just with Alzheimer's, but with cognitive awareness in general. So let's talk about allergies. So, is there a way to prevent peanut allergies? Because peanut allergies are very common among kids. If you have kids in school, you're probably hearing either that they or their schoolmates have allergies to peanuts. So, if you're one of those parents that tries to bake a treat for your class, you may be warned by your teacher that one or more of the students in the class has an allergy to peanuts. So that can be quite tricky if you're baking something that happens to have peanuts in them, or like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something of that nature. Now, there is some new research apparently that it is possible to prevent peanut allergies and other food allergies as well in young children who might be at high risk. And the thing that you do is to introduce them to small amounts of peanut butter, or if it's another food they're allergic to, a small amount of that food. And this is you want to do that very, very young, between the ages of 4 and 11 months, and then continue doing it until they are about 5 years old. You see, a lot of times what children are doing is they're building up their immunity, and in this process there may be periods of time when certain things they haven't quite built up the immunity to, and if you shield them from those things, you take those things away from them, you're actually increasing that allergy reaction. In 2015, a British research team reported that children who began eating peanut butter during infancy were less likely to become allergic to peanuts as they got older. Until then, the conventional medical wisdom was to withhold peanut butter and other potentially allergenic foods such as eggs, fish, wheat, sesame from all young children, especially those considered at high risk. Youngsters at high risk are those who have eczema, a food allergy, or a strong family history of food allergies. So an estimated 2 million children in the U.S. are allergic to peanuts. Symptoms can range from runny noses to hives, itching or tingling around the mouth, diarrhea, stomach cramps, nausea or vomiting, tightening of the throat, wheezing or shortness of breath, and even anaphylaxis, a life-threatening reaction that requires emergency medical treatment. So in this study, about 1.9% of youngsters participating developed peanut allergies after 5 years old, compared to 13% of a similar group of kids who avoided peanut protein. Even more encouraging, a follow-up study published in March found that no increased rate of peanut allergy occurred among the children in the study who avoided peanuts for a year after their 5th birthday. Only 5% of these kids were deemed to be allergic when they again ate peanut butter, compared to 19% of the group that avoided peanut butter or peanuts from infancy to age 5. The research team is continuing to follow these children to see how long they remain allergy-free, so I guess we better stay tuned on that one. The same team also published a study showing that this early feeding approach may work to prevent allergies to other foods, including milk, eggs, fish, wheat, and so forth. But no firm conclusion was possible because only about half of the parents of the youngsters participating were able to adhere to the study's strict feeding protocol. However, these findings are very important since they contradict long-standing advice to parents to withhold allergenic foods like peanut butter from young children. But you should, of course, check with your doctor or pediatrician if there's a strong family history of allergies. So yes, you can actually prevent those allergies from happening. Here's another food-related item as something that I'm doing. It's using cinnamon to help bring down your blood sugar. Particularly if you have diabetes, it can be very beneficial. Preliminary evidence indicates that the common spice cinnamon can help lower blood sugar levels, and that regardless, according to a study in 2003, people with type 2 diabetes were given differing daily amounts of cinnamon, 1, 3, or 6 gram capsules. Regardless of the amount of cinnamon they received, the study group reduced their blood glucose levels by 18 to 29% compared to those who received a placebo. So, if you are diabetic or you're pre-diabetic or have high blood sugar, you might want to just add some cinnamon to your coffee or beverages and see what effect it has. You might do it twice daily, maybe in the morning and the evening or something like that. See what it does. So, okay, well, we've covered allergies, reflexology. We got to a lot of different wellness care issues that I think we are dealing with, in the season of autumn, when quite often, allergies are high. And we'll talk more about